Welcome back to the Daily Buzz. Here's a look at Madonna last night in Philadelphia performing to her sold-out tour. By the way, she was reportedly 2.5 hours late in getting to the stage. It's just the latest controversy for the music superstar who's travelled all over the world recently, and with that has come harsh criticism. But it's Lady Gaga's comments that could be directed at Madonna that we want to discuss right here today. So let's welcome from Los Angeles, entertainment reporter and nationally syndicated radio host Jonathan Hyler, and from New York, Celeb Buzz staff editor Andy Scott. Hyler, first to you. Last night while on stage in Helsinki, Finland, the mother monster Lady Gaga flashed her bare behind in front of a cheering crowd at her concert. And according to a report in that country, Gaga said, "I don't give a blank what people say. We don't give a blank. We know the truth." This could be directed to Madonna because of her own song, I Don't Give a Blank. And Madonna apparently showed off her underwear covered rear end earlier this summer on a concert stop. It's pretty apparent that these two, the actions last night were directed at each other.
Yeah, I think they love to fuel this fire. Obviously, it helps for press publicity purposes. But at the same time, I think Madonna kind of kicked off this most recent feud. If you remember, before her tour even started, there was a video that leaked online of Madonna mashing up her song, She's Not Me, with Born This Way. So it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek there. And throughout this entire concert for both of them, they've kind of taken jabs at each other. So this doesn't surprise me at all.
What about you, Andy? Are you surprised that Gaga stirred it up again? Doesn't look like we've got Andy there.
Yeah, I mean, this feud is as old as Donna is. So it's time for it to end.
All right, Hyler, what do you think the likelihood that we'll ever see a duet between these two?
Well, we kind of saw a half duet. Remember, Lady Gaga and Madonna were on SNL together, and they were doing a skit where they sang together, and then they got into a fight. And you have to remember that Madonna was a huge Lady Gaga fan back in the day. Back in 2009, she, in a Rolling Stones interview, said, she reminds me a lot of me. She has the it factor. She took Lourdes to one of her concerts. She was a big fan in promoting her and helping Gaga get to that next step. The problem is, what Madonna does these days to stay relevant is she brings current artists on her album. She did it with Justin Timberlake. She did it with Nicki Minaj. The thing is, Lady Gaga has never accepted that invitation from Madonna, and I think that really pisses her off, and this feud is never going to stop until the two of them do a record together. But if you're Lady Gaga, why?
I agree with you, Hyler. Now, Madonna's concert is also under siege for the use of swastikas and fake guns. Now, Madonna released a statement suggesting that the use of guns in the concert is a metaphor, and she went on to say that she condemns violence of any kind. Hyler, have you seen the images? And I gotta say, I kind of feel like Madonna is going a little too far to try and get some relevancy.
Absolutely. You know, I draw a comparison with Joan Rivers, who we talked about yesterday, being so desperate to promote her show where she makes a joke about domestic violence. Here, you have Madonna, who does the swastika thing when she was, I think, in Paris. I know she got a lot of backlash for that. Then the gun incident took place just a couple days after the Batman theater shooting. You know, I understand an artist wanting to be artistic and having that freedom, but you also have to apply a little common sense to the matter, and she should be better equipped at knowing, hey, this may not be appropriate right now. Let me bring it back into the fold later. She's desperate for publicity because the albums are not doing well. Yes, she's selling the concerts, but she's not doing anything new with her life.
Andy, weigh in?
I mean, yeah, Madonna's built a career out of controversy, so any chance she'll get, she'll take it. I mean, what else is she going to do? Put out a good record? So.
Well, now onto a Hollywood divorce that I'm sure will somehow manage to make its way onto television. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills couple Adrienne Maloof and her plastic surgeon husband Paul Nassif have reportedly both filed for divorce. The two split back in May. Andy, does this come as a bit of a surprise to Real Housewives fans?
Not really, because their relationship has kind of been hard to watch on the show. It's kind of like watching a slow, painful death. Plus, they filed for separation earlier this summer, so it's kind of something that was already known and coming. So.
I'm a bit surprised, though, at the swift nature after filing for legal separation and then divorce. Hyler, there seems to be a curse for couples in reality television. They don't make it.
shocking, right? Yeah, they don't. We're all really surprised about that. Of course not, because at the end of the day, you go on a reality television show to promote yourself. You're going there because you want to be a star. And if your significant other is hindering that in some way from you reaching your reality show potential, then they got to go. Of course, your priority is not on the relationship. Otherwise, you wouldn't put it out there for millions of people to scrutinize, because as we know, that really works to help build a healthy partnership between two people.
And VH1's Mob Wives is another reality show that airs one crisis after another. So when Mob wife Renee Graziano accepted our invitation for an interview with Andy Scott, he was more than happy to go one-on-one with her. Andy, what was the most shocking thing that you learned about this outspoken mob character?
Yeah, she kind of dropped a bombshell. She said that she was a victim of domestic abuse, which was very surprising. It just goes to show you don't really know someone until you actually sit down and talk to them. So.
And she also admitted that she wants to meet the president. To me, that sounds like an awkward encounter for the commander-in-chief. Let's see what she told you, Andy.
I want to meet the president.
Oh, okay.
I definitely want to. I said my sister Jennifer would be invited to sit with him. I would be invited to entertain him.
Okay.
But either way, I'm going. I know I'm going.
What would you say to the president?
Just, I don't know.
Hi, I wouldn't know.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how you doing? I want to meet his wife. I'm so taken by her. She's just such a beautiful, strong woman, and she represents strength. And for me, that's what I want to be. I mean, of course, I don't think I'm going to be the president's wife. Not his anyway, a single president, but I doubt I'm making it that far. Maybe entertainment, but I don't think they're going to let me in there.
I don't know whether the president will be keen to meet Renee, Andy, but she's a single lady, right? Is she dating again?
She is. She told me that she's looking for someone who is tall, dark, and handsome, and someone who has a job. So clear your schedule, Dylan.
I think that's one for you, Hyler, isn't it?
I'm neither dark nor handsome, so no, that does not apply to me. I'm actually pale, very pale.
Well, Hyler and I might take a pass on that, Andy. Thanks very much for that interview, Andy. Good stuff. But before I go, I also wanted to show you one other clip that you had from that interview. You also tried to play matchmaker with her. Here's the famous athlete that, Andy, you suggested she date.
What about Tim Tebow?
Oh, is he single?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe, sure.
Okay. Wait, he's the one that prays all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, he's perfect because I so believe in God. So that's perfect for me.
And that is much better than Hyler or I. Andy and Hyler, thanks very much for joining us on the Daily Buzz today.
Thanks, man.
A really great interview there from Andy Scott in the New York newsroom. All right, for more on all of the Housewives' real-life drama, head on over to the website to watch our exclusive interview with the mob wife, Renee Graziano, at celebBuzz.com, or join the conversation about today's Daily Buzz on Twitter using the hashtag #TheDailyBuzz. We leave you with our exclusive photo shoot with the newly pregnant Holly Madison. She's one of the sexy bikini-clad ladies in our 101 Hot Bodies Countdown. I'm Dylan Howard. We'll see you here on the Daily Buzz tomorrow. Take care.
Important thing for being bikini ready is to have the flattest abs you can possibly have, which for me is definitely a challenge. So I take that into consideration with my diet and of course exercise and even bronzer at the last minute. I don't really have one favorite exercise move, but I really love yoga because I love stretching. I hate anything that's too high impact and not really fun. And I just feel really good when I'm done with yoga. I think a key to a good workout is how you feel afterward. If you feel like you've had a good workout but not too sore or crazy injured or anything like that, you know, you want to feel good. So I think that's the key. I think the best way to look refreshed when you're busy is to remember to get enough sleep. It's the easiest thing to forget when your schedule's crazy, but I feel like when I don't get enough sleep, that's the first thing that makes me look terrible on camera. So I think it's definitely important to factor that into your day. My favorite tips to look lean last minute are to wear belts. I have a fairly thin waist and I have bigger breasts, so if I wear something that's not belted, I just look pregnant. So definitely clothes that fit properly, and bronzer too if you're going to be showing more skin. I think bronzer gives you an optical illusion of being much thinner than you actually are. I think the best tips are to find what works for you. Find like 3 things that make you feel really good. Find a diet you can stick to that's not so harsh that you're miserable. Find something you actually like and can do. You know, like everybody says you have to do cardio 3 times a week, but I don't like doing cardio 3 times a week. Surprise. So I will only do yoga outside of work. And I don't care. I like it.